Alright guys, welcome to the video. Wallis here. I am feeling rough, need a haircut, which never makes me feel great. Not as bad as my old hair. I might put a photo in here-ish of me here, of me when I was like 14, 15 with the long Zac Efron-ish horrible haircut. I did get rid of that, thank God. But because lockdown is still in play, I can't get a proper haircut for now. My mum says she'll do it, but it's a dangerous game. It's 50-50. You end up with a haircut or no hair. So today we've got deadlifts. Should probably say, if you haven't seen my last video, probably worth going and watching it. My last actual video. Probably worth going and watching it. That was a max out session. For my squat, my bench, my deadlift, hit some PRs, felt pretty good. Ended up with a little bit of a nagging hip pain, so deloaded quite aggressively and getting back into it this week. It's worth mentioning, I have finally got around to getting some coaching. I'm going to be coached by the guys at Viking Strength Gym in Ossett, which is a gym near me. Really excited to start. The first sort of point of call for us is to work out sumo versus conventional deadlift. I've been pulling conventional thanks to an old hip injury, but starting to feel like that's not so much of an issue anymore. So we're just going to have a play around with it, see what's going to be most efficient for me, for at least the short term. Worst case scenario, I stick with conventional. So with that in mind, this week's going to look a little bit different to other weeks going forward, but this is day 2. Conventional deadlifts up to a double at I think an RP6. I can't remember. I'll have to have a look at the program. But now, just gonna drink some caffeine, try and make myself feel a little bit more awake, and get started. If I die, tell my family I regret a lot of my life choices. Alright guys, that is the workout done. Not the best workout ever, by a long shot. Deadlifts were feeling pretty slow, but after that I managed to get back into it. Incline dumbbell, chin-ups, everything like that felt really good. And sort of got me back into... That was a fucking outrageous grab. What a catch. God, I need a better tripod. What was I saying? yeah, anyway, so that's the workout. So I might do a little explanation of some of the supplements I take. All right, guys. So it's a couple of days later now. I did film this yesterday, and I was editing up, and honestly, it just was so incoherent and just didn't really make a lot of sense. It just would have been way too much to put together, and it would just really long and rambly. So I'm going to do my best to try and redo it, make it as clear and concise as possible. Probably still fairly rambly though. There will be a little summary slide at the end if you want to skip all this boring stuff and go and check that out. But this is just a little explanation of all the supplements that I take currently. First off, you absolutely do not need supplements to make progress. There's no one supplement that's going to give you a ton of progress. In certain situations, they can be extremely helpful. So hopefully, all going well, I'll be able to explain some of the reasons why I do what I do and take what I take. Just quickly, they are all up there on my little supplement / DVD shelf. Not gonna bring them over here. Realistically, you know what they all look like. But first of all, I take creatine monohydrate every day. I take roughly 5 grams. What creatine does is it helps with the phosphorylation of ADP into ATP, which is the main fuel of anaerobic respiration. That's essentially going to help increase more force output, more strength, potentially more reps, more ability to progressively overload, and therefore perhaps more muscle. Definitely the more muscle side of things is a correlation there. Definitely not a cause and effect of the creatine directly, but you can sort of see how that could be the case. A couple of things with creatine is you need to reach saturation levels for it to be effective. And for that, you would take 3 to 5 grams every day and just maintain that. You don't need to cycle off it, except for certain situations. So in terms of side effects, there really aren't a lot for creatine. It's probably the most researched dietary supplement out there. And realistically, the only one that comes to mind is hair loss if you are predisposed to balding. So if you suffer from balding already, it may make it worse. An example of this would be Johnny Candito. I know he has mentioned struggling with this in the past. It's not something, as you can probably tell, I'm currently too worried about, but it's something I like to keep an eye on. So when to take creatine throughout the day? There isn't really a specific point. There are some benefits to taking it pre-workout, but in reality, the benefits are probably going to be very minuscule. So you're best finding a time that you can take it every single day, get into that habit, and just repeatedly take those 5 grams every single day. Right, the second supplement I'm going to talk about is whey protein. So I take a variety. I've used clear whey, which is kind of like drinking juice, just normal impact whey, and also from time to time protein bars and snacks and things along that line. The benefits of whey protein is allowing you to hit your daily protein goals a lot easier. It's a lot easier drinking a quick shake in between meals. That's going to help you get up to whatever you need to hit for the day. It's roughly anywhere between 0.7 to 1.3 grams per pound of body weight. And depending on what sort of dietary phase you are in, that's going to fluctuate. Typically, if you're trying to lose weight and maintain more muscle, you would go to the higher end of it. But it is mostly down to preference. I personally eat about 230 to 240 grams of protein per day, which is just over my body weight, which is about 224, 225 pounds. Realistically, I probably have, 2 servings of protein every single day. Now, the thing that everybody sort of talks about, and is by this point being completely debunked, the anabolic window per se. There is an anabolic window. of course there is. The research that they've done has shown that it's anywhere from 48 to 72 hours post-workout, which basically, unless you're wanting to do a 3-day fast for some reason straight after a workout, which I just wouldn't recommend, is sort of inconsequential. It doesn't really matter. So just as long as over the course of the day you are taking and hitting that protein goal. Do you need protein, whey protein to build muscle? No. If you're eating enough protein in your regular meals, you absolutely don't need it. So the next supplement I'm going to talk about is a pre-workout supplement. Now I've sort of gone off this. I used to be very against it and then went very pro and very for it and then moved away from it in and around the last 6 months. I personally find that when I take too much of it, when I'm taking it regularly, my skin breaks out and I really struggle with spots, especially on my arms and things like that, and mood swings and everything like that. And realistically, I only take pre-workout for the caffeine. That's the only reason. I don't take photos post-workout anymore, so I don't need like a big juicy pump or anything. So I don't need the pump products. All I need is the caffeine. So now I will usually either just have an energy drink or just take a caffeine pill. So caffeine has obviously been shown to be very effective at increasing performance in both anaerobic and aerobic exercise. You will need to cycle off it eventually if you have a lot of caffeine throughout the day. Naturally, if you drink a lot of coffee and things like that, you will need to cycle off and allow your body to resensitize your neuroreceptors to resensitize to that, because essentially it is a drug, it is a stimulant. Either way, realistically, all you need to do is 4 or 5 days every 6 to 8 weeks, or whenever you start feeling the hit of the caffeine wane, take 4 or 5 days off and your body will reset and you'll be back to getting absolutely ridiculously hyped on regular amounts. Right, so I also take fish oils and multivitamins. I take these every day. Fish oils obviously for my joints, being a powerlifter. My joints get pretty regular beating. Not to mention I come from a background of a lot of sport, specifically rugby and a lot of cricket as well. So my joints, especially my knees, are pretty messed up. My right knee, I've had surgery on. I don't have a lot of cartilage left in that knee, so I really try and make sure I'm eating fish and also taking a ridiculous amount of fish oils. And multivit helps support your immune system. The one I take personally is high in vitamin D and vitamin C, both very good for your immune system. The last supplement I want to talk about quickly is maltodextrin, which is a fast absorbing carb powder. I've only just started taking this on Tuesday, which is 2 days ago, so I've had it in as 2 intra workouts. The reason I'm taking that is keep my intensity throughout the entire workout. What I found is typically after my main exercises, squat, bench, deadlift, I get really hungry and I get like a big dip of performance throughout my accessories. What I'm really trying to do now is make sure that I'm attacking my accessories with the same intensity that I would my main stuff, my main movements. We're really trying to put some muscle on my chunky ass frame, so those accessories are really important, especially at the moment. I can't really give any review of it. The last couple of workouts have been fine, but is that placebo? Is it just luck? Who knows? I might update you guys in a few weeks, let you know how it's getting on, but either way, that is something I'm currently taking. Right guys, that is it for this video. Hopefully this has made sense and not been too rambly and not been too quick and just not been terrible. If you've liked the video, leave it a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if not, let me know why. Is it my face? Do I look a bit chunky at the moment? Am I just not strong enough? Is it my voice? Let me know. I'm open to criticism. So thank you for watching, getting this far if you have done. Quick reminder, there will be a summary slide of what I've just been through. So if you want to see that, stay. But if not, I will see you in the next video.